Wanna go for a walk? We'll go for a walk? Oh yeah, you know what that means, don't you? What, you don't think this is a good idea? It probably isn't. Yeah, you know where to go. Hey, don't make this tough for me, Jules. Welcome to another vlog. I'm out here with my dog, Jules. Just got off work like an hour and a half ago and I had to come outside. If you don't know what Minnesota's like, let me give you a little taste of it here, okay? So the last about week, we got, I don't know, like maybe 2.5 feet of snow. It's more snow than we've seen all winter. Now 2 days later, it's 45 degrees outside. I mean, that doesn't make sense in my brain and I'm even from here, so I don't know how it makes sense to anyone else. This is how we get exercise. Well, actually, she's the one that gets exercise. I just chill.
Facts. Pull up to Atlantic like where the check at. Headed to the bank, and I ain't even talking big money like that. Pass me the drink, look, I ain't even never ever had it like that. That's a fact. But I got the Gucci on me, got me feeling ravioli. Facts. Put that on wax, back in 08 in the white Cadillac. Gold chain on my neck, then it turned black. That's a fact.
Oh. Ow. That definitely just happened. Jules, help! 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 Oh, you suck! Go call 911. So I've decided that since it's like 45 degrees outside and the snow's probably gonna be gone like tomorrow, that we're gonna get sendy. Hey, do you wanna get sendy with me? I'll take silence as a yes. Okay, so I've decided that it's probably best that someone at least knows and can give some insight as to if this is something that I should do, so that if I don't respond to their calls or their texts, or they don't hear from me for a while, they'll know that I probably perished doing this activity. So I've decided to call one of my good buddies, okay? His name is Spence. So we're gonna give him a call right now and we're gonna see if he thinks that I should do this, if it's a good idea. Hey buddy, I got a question to ask you.
Sure thing, shoot.
So I'm making a vlog right now and my parents are not here, no one's here, and we have a ton of snow and I really want to do a flip off of my deck. You're on camera and I want you to tell me if this is a smart decision or not.
Is it a wise decision? How much snow? How many feet? Because I know y'all get feet up there.
Maybe like 2.5, 3 feet?
What?
Is that not a lot?
I've never seen 2.5 or 3 feet of snow in my life. And how high is your deck?
Deck is probably like 7, 8 feet.
I mean,
We've done flips off this stuff before, this height.
100%. And I give you, there's a 9% chance that you'll break an ankle. You've got some good odds to be injury free. I would go for it.
Oh my, dude, it's so much higher from here.
Oh no. You're fine. You got it. No, you're fine. He's gonna break his ankle. Guaranteed broken ankle. Just go for it, dude.
Dude, this is freaking high.
No, you're fine. Broken ankle. Go for Jesus.
Jesus Wow, I failed everyone.
Nope. I'll be supremely disappointed if you don't do it.
So due to the fact that I'm clearly a wimp, I've decided to tone it down at least for my first one.
We're gonna be tossing one off of that bourbon over there and then we'll see how it feels, okay? RKO! So I may or may not have gotten a little sidetracked. So the whole reason I'm making this vlog is because I wanted to talk about comparison. So a little bit about how I got into making films. I've kind of been intrigued with the whole process of filmmaking for actually a pretty long time, probably since like 6th grade when I got my first little iPod. I think it was an iPod Nano with like the curved kind of like chromed out whatever, and it had the ability to record like probably 480 or 720 video, and I was fascinated by it. I was really big into skiing, and I remember putting it like in between my goggles and my helmet and just kind of like jamming it in there like before GoPros were ever a thing, and I'd go down the hill and like record myself like skiing with my friends and whatnot. I remember when I was younger, I used to rope my sister into making these films, these like we'd act out, we'd put the camera on a tripod. This is like a little like Canon point shoot, shot like 720p. It was so bad. And we'd like make films called like The Gangster and the Geek, and like detective movies and just stuff like. I was always super intrigued with the ability to tell a story through the process of film. But it wasn't until I was about 19 years old where I actually realized that this is actually a really big passion of mine that I wanted to pursue. I was in a program called YWAM, which is Youth with a Mission. It's a missionary training organization. And while I was there in Hawaii, it was about 2 weeks before I was about to leave on a trip to Nepal. And I watched a video by Zachary Moxley. If you haven't seen him, you better check out his stuff. I watched one of his videos from like, I think 2015 or 2016. It was his DOP, director of photography reel, and I was super big into skiing. It was a huge passion of mine, and he had the ability in this reel, he mixed like freestyle skiing with Tornier Wallace and all these like big pros with like high quality like cinematography. In Zach's reel, he had all these different types of shots, like BMX. There was like doing gainers off of bridges and like time lapses of sunsets and skiing, and I was like, holy crap. As soon as I watched that video, I was like, this is what I want to do. And then I spent the rest of that night researching like films and like how do you become a videographer, how do you start, what do you do, and I found this video called The Watchtower of Turkey. Okay, now I thought it was attainable when I looked at it. I was like, oh yeah, I can do this. Like, give me a week or so and I got this. I still haven't figured it out. I'm gonna link that video above here. So like I was saying, in 2 weeks I was about to head out to Nepal, and we were gonna do treks and ministry and serve in churches and just do a whole bunch of stuff there. And I was like, oh my gosh, like if I'm ever gonna get into videography, it's gotta be now, because I'm about to go in the middle of the freaking Himalayas. Like, what better place can you go and learn how to make films? I actually emailed Zach Moxley, and he said, yeah, like GH3 would be the way to go. And keep in mind, this was back in like 2015, so there wasn't the GH4 or GH5 yet. So I was like, okay, GH3, this guy made a sweet film and he says GH3, so I'm gonna go GH3. So I bought a GH3, and a kit lens came with it, and I actually bought this mic with it as well. I'm still using the same mic as a Takstar, whatever. It gets great audio, and I took it through Nepal, I took it through the Himalayas, I took it in Amsterdam, Philippines, everywhere, and it's still kicking. It was 25 bucks, check that out. Then I got to Nepal and I was like, shoot, this is fun. Like, this is awesome. I'm able to capture memories. I'm able to tell a story, specifically like what God was doing in the nations, to bring it home to my friends and family. Like, hey guys, this is what we were doing. And when I got home from that trip, I was just totally blown away by the amount of the response I had from the video that I made. And it wasn't even that good of a video, like, at all. I didn't know how to edit. I was using Final Cut Pro. But I had one lady tell me, she said, Levi, this is what you need to do. This is what you're called to do. It's like, it's such a perfect tool to have and a trade to have, to be able to pick up a camera and tell a story about God is doing in the nations, because we are in such a media age where everything we do is digital and it's at our fingertips. And it's the ultimate way to further the kingdom of God. So I just got super hyped on it and I was like, let's go. This is what I'm called to do. So naturally, as I started to get into this filmmaking community, I started to notice guys like Sam Kolder. And I noticed him back when he had like, I think it was less than 15K, if that was ever a time. So that kind of launched me into this process of trying to find my own niche. So I started to notice guys like Nainoa, who was in Oahu, an island away, and he hadn't even been picked up by Beautiful Destinations or anything yet. And I started to watch his stuff, and I got so like into it and consumed by it that I found myself literally just trying to seek and copy exactly what they were doing, exactly the editing style that they were doing. Like as soon as I saw that zoom effect come into one of Sam's videos, I think, I was like, oh my gosh. So I YouTubed and I was like, how do you do this? How do you do this? And there were no tutorials on it at that time. I was like, oh my, how am I gonna learn this? And then a tutorial popped up, and then I used the plugin, I used the preset, and I posted my video. I was like, this is so dope. And then a week later, everybody else was using that same preset. So I was like, okay, something needs to change. I need to find something that's unique. I need to find something that's my own. But I see all these people as people who are just trying to find their own, style. They're just copying someone because they admire it, and through that whole process of copying their style, they're gonna fall into naturally their own style, and it's gonna become unique to them. So this whole thing with like, stop copying this person, stop doing this, stop doing that, I'm like these people are just trying to find where they fit in. Now, okay, I shouldn't say copying someone because that's so much I don't agree with, but it's the whole thing. I hope you understand what I'm saying. It's the whole thing about being inspired by someone, and you can noticeably see who their inspirations are from the things that they create. Now, all of us, I don't care where you are in your career or what you create, if you just started and picked up a camera yesterday, or if you've been doing this for a decade, we're all continually in the process of finding out our style and what is unique to us. So I'm sorry if this was kind of long or if you felt like it was a rant, because it's not. I've just been like this. I'm speaking to myself as much as I am to anybody else, because I've sometimes found myself, hours on the computer and really trying to like find out how this person does this, how this effect is made, how that color grade is put together. And I find myself so much trying to copy other people's styles and trying to figure out how to do what they did, when I really should be putting my time into figuring out what is unique to me. How can I branch out from this while using these people as an inspiration? So this has been another vlog. Let me know if you liked this video. If you did, leave a thumbs up, make sure to subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.